Most men, when they get onto NoFap, they completely fail within 3 days because they don't realize these simple things. If you don't know me, my name is Krishna, and I help young men quit their porn addictions by teaching the lessons that I personally learned throughout my journey. And so when I first discovered NoFap, I don't even remember what YouTuber I watched. Actually, no, I do remember. It was Ice Cold JT. If you know who that is, you're a freaking G. Anyways, the first person that I watched who basically got me into the whole NoFap world was Ice Cold JT. I was watching his videos, I was watching some other people's videos, and I was really hype. Right? I was really excited because they all talked about these benefits that you get from NoFap. You get more testosterone, you'll get more jacked, the women will be able to smell the retention on you, bro. You'll be able to shoot lightning out of your fingers, whatever that means. I was pretty hype, right? And I had the idea, it's like, yeah, I'm on NoFap, I'm trying to quit, I'm trying to do all this stuff. But I would only get to day 3, and then I'd relapse again. And then I'd be like, all right, come on, this is the last time I'm gonna do it. Let's actually do this, let's quit, come on. Guess what? The 3rd day, again, I would relapse. And this would continue on over and over and over again, only getting to day 3, maybe day 4, and relapsing over and over again. And the thing that changed it all for me, when I was able to go from 3 or 4 days to now, not having watched it in 4 years, right? For me, it's been over 4 years since I last saw porn. What changed? The one main thing I changed was my identity, was my self-image. Most guys, when they're on NoFap, they don't change anything about themselves to a significant degree, right? All they say is, yeah, I'm on NoFap. What does that mean? That doesn't do anything, right? It accomplishes nothing. And they try and quit through willpower alone, which is not going to work a lot of the times, right? You can't just use willpower to quit a serious addiction, such as porn. I'm not saying that willpower is completely useless. It's definitely a component. But if you try and only rely on it, you will fail. You need to change your identity, right? You need to change your self-image. Because if you want to become a different person, that means you need to do different things, and that means that you need to have a completely different mindset to what you have now. The current version of you, right? The current version of you that you know yourself to be, the habits that you do, the mindset that you have, that needs to die. That current version of you needs to die in order for the future, the full potential version of you to live fully. This doesn't mean a couple of NoFap videos every single day. This doesn't mean that. It means changing your habits, changing your environment, and changing your mindset and your self-image. Because in order to truly quit porn, in order to truly quit it, you have to change. You have to change drastically. Because if you're like me and you feel this emptiness every single time that you relapse from porn, then it's a big, deeper issue, right? The issue is much deeper than just, oh yeah, I want to be horny. It's a self-image issue. It's a trauma issue. It's a loneliness issue. It's a mental health issue. In order to change those things, you need to change who you are as a human being. When I started to adopt the identity as a disciplined guy, the guy who's on self-improvement, the guy who doesn't make excuses, the guy who doesn't take drugs, the guy who doesn't do any of that stuff, the guy who doesn't watch porn, right? Not the guy who's quitting, not the guy who's struggling, but the guy who doesn't watch it. Then I started to experience a lot more progress. And now, 4 years later, I haven't watched it once. Not once in 4 years have I even touched that type of stuff. The actionable step that I would give for you for this video is to grab a piece of paper, grab your journal, load up a document, whatever it is. Write down who you want to be. Who do you want to become? Right? write down the values, the characteristics, and also the actions of the person that you want to be. Who is that future version of you that you can become when you quit porn, right? Who is that future version of you who doesn't need porn in his life? What are his values? Maybe discipline, maybe humility, integrity, focus, maybe appreciation, right? Those are all values that you can list down. I just listed some of mine, but what are some of the actions that he takes every single day, right? What does he do? Does he go to the gym? Does he play sports? Does he do his homework? Does he meditate? What does he do, right? What does that full potential version of you do? Because when you write all of this down, when you write down the values, the characteristics, the actions of the person that you want to become, you can then start to take very, very small actions every single day to get you closer to the person that you want to be. Every single day, if you just take one small action, then that will compound onto itself. If you go to the gym every single day for 45 minutes, for 3 months, you will make progress. If you go to the gym once, nothing happens. If you go to the gym twice, nothing happens. Because consistency never looks impressive when it's happening. It only looks impressive at the end. If you take those small actions every single day, let's say the full potential version of you goes to the gym. If you just go to the gym, if you even just do a few push-ups today, if you do 5 push-ups today, and then you do 10 tomorrow, and then you do 15 the next day, even if you just do that, you're still getting closer to the higher version of you, to the person that you want to be, who doesn't need porn in his life, right? Because that's what you need to change. That's why a lot of people, they fail NoFap in the first 3 days, because they don't change anything about themselves. All they change is the belief that they have about themselves in their head, which is, I'm on NoFap, I'm quitting. But that doesn't really serve you in any way. What serves you is to change that belief into somebody who doesn't need porn, who doesn't watch porn. And then once you write down the characteristics, the values, the actions of the person who, the higher version of you who doesn't need porn in his life, then what you can do is you can start taking action, small actions every single day to become that person. If this video helped you and you want to go more in depth onto how to actually quit porn, I have a program. It has 5 main phases that you can go through, 5 steps that you just follow in order, that removes all of the ambiguity, all the confusion. It consolidates every single thing that you need to quit porn and become the person that you want to be into one thing. And so if you're interested in that, then you can go and you can click the link in the description down below. Take care, bro.